Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to put all this awesome hardware into this knockoff Mac Pro looking case. And it's ITX. This is going to be interesting. Yes, I went on, well, actually Amazon, and ordered one of these Chinese knockoff Mac Pro ITX cases. And I'm going to build a PC in it, but not just any PC, a stupidly overpowered and insanely irrational PC for a case like this. So, let's first of all get rid of this because we don't need the case yet. But just know that it's going in this really shockingly light case. But it's the Mac Pro knockoff, so we'll get back to that later. We need to do this build quickly, effectively, and without compromise. So this PC is going to be a backup portable editing PC. This is the ASRock X299E ITX. It is an older motherboard, but it is still one of the most unique and awesome boards I have ever owned. This is an ITX X299 Extreme Edition motherboard that somehow manages to still maintain quad channel memory support. Now, these don't look like normal DIMM slots. That's because they take SODIMMs, also known to many people as laptop memory, and we actually have 48 gigabytes of triple channel memory, which we are going to populate these SODIMM slots with right now. Now you're probably wondering, why not quad? Well, I lost one of the sticks. We're going to just build it simply. This is a SODIMM.2. Basically, it's an M.2 to SODIMM. All right, so pretty simply, I'm just going to mount our crucial M.2, MX500, whatever you want to call it, right on there like that. That'll be our boot drive with Windows and storage for editing our footage. SATA SSDs are not amazing for editing 6K content, but again, I don't really care. You know, Extreme Edition, plenty of RAM bandwidth and plenty of SATA-based storage is pretty damn good. Real quick, I forgot to mention, our CPU in here is actually just a i7-9800X. That is an 8-core, 16-thread, 4.5 gigahertz, nothing special, but a pretty cool CPU from Intel. Not the 7980XE I was hoping to have by now, but is absolutely fine. And 8-core, 16 threads is not optimal, but, you know, okay. So our cooler, we're not going to put on yet. We're going with you know, another one of these Asetek branded 240mm coolers, which apparently the case supports, although this one's pretty thick, so it's gonna be close. The knockoff Mac Pro case. This is from a company, I believe it's called like ZZAW, and it's like the B3 or C3 or W3 or that's how they name all their cases. Shit. Oh boy. Oh shoot. For reference, this came with 0 instructions, but it did come with a qualified certificate to let me know that this is a fucking case. This is dumb, man. Okay, so this looks like it might be our radiator mounting. What the? Oh no, does it go like? Okay, so it works like that. That's how they're expecting it to work. Yeah, supports a radiator, my ass, man. I guess that fits. What the fuck kind of fan do you expect to put in here? And then apparently this bow tie looking thing goes here. Why? I have no idea, but this is nonsensical, but I've figured it out. So this stuff goes on here. I don't know what the bow tie does, but these are used to mount the radiator to the top, these brackets, and this is just there. And I guess we're gonna want to put at least one fan on it now. Come on. Come on. Get in there. This is not gonna fit. It's funky bend time. Whatever. No. I guess that's what this is for. I might. Jared, yeah, stop recording. I'm trying to flip it. Alright, I flipped it. And apparently this is good now. who knows? This is gonna be a atrocious thing. All right, let's do the power supply next. Let's remove this from my site, and let's talk about the power supply we're gonna use in today's build. This, courtesy of Be Quiet, is the SFX L Power. I did request one of these for use in this build, and Be Quiet was more than happy to send one over. Had it literally over in like 2 days from my request, which was super awesome. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it up yet, so let's unbox this thing. It got a little damaged in, oh, that's USPS for you. Just open this thing up. Let's see what we got here. So, wow. Wow, that's actually heavy. Pretty box standard looking SFXL unit. I say that. I have never used an SFXL power supply. Gotta turn them down. Gotta turn them down.
Okay.
6 times.
6 times?
Mm-hmm. I forgot to turn the lights on. They're back on now. I have actually... How do I get this open? I have never actually used an SFXL unit. This is adorable, and I am a super big fan of it already. Alright, we got all the cables we need, but yeah, real quick, just want to talk about this as I bang my elbow on my own desk. This is the Be Quiet SFXL Power PSU. It's 80 plus gold, 600 watts. It is actually the only SFX unit they have currently. I was like, you know what? I want to try it out. So I was like, hey, could you send me it? I've got a build to do. And they go, and the guys over at Be Quiet were like, sure thing. We'll send one over right now. I was like, yeah. So it's adorable, and I kind of love it. So yeah, 80 plus gold, pretty standard unit. And I'm very excited to use it in this build. So thank you, Be Quiet, for sending over one of these SFXL units for today's build. Now, how we get that into this octopus monster garbage spaghetti thing, I do not know yet. My assumption is we take out the bracket. Alright, 4 screws should be enough. That's it for cables. Gotta love M.2. Let's just stand it up like that. Now, getting this back into the case is going to be... There is no way this supports SFXL. Okay, it does. This, I knew it. There's no way. I can't damage my power supply. Be Quiet would not be very happy. Oh, I cut half the cables. That's fine. Oh god, they're just like cutting. Oh no. And I hear, oh, and I see the pictures, and they always show, like, they're like, oh, it supports SFXL. And then they show a unplugged, non-cabled SFXL PSU. This is why. Because they know that there's no way in hell that you are getting a SFXL PSU into this case. So now, I have to go find a spare SFX unit, because this was the power supply that I have reserved specifically for this build. I don't have one to replace it currently. Alright guys, I added a 650 GM. You'll see it in a minute. This has been so bad. Here we go. I've got the motherboard. Don't know where the IO shield has gone, but that's fine. Here we go. Let's just mount this in upside down as Chinese case manufacturer intended. Oh no. Okay. Before I forget, what cables need to be connected? Let's see. Half of my cable management is within my ability to mount this cooler. That'll work. Now we just apply way too much Arctic MX4. Intel Extreme Edition throws all rules out the window. Well, to what I hope is not the best, but practically is, of my ability, I believe I have basically completed this side. Let's just... I've done something. Do these even spin? I guess all that's left is graphics card? I don't even want to say it because this has been so bad. This has taken like 5 hours. Oh god, I'm so bad about PCs. That's fine. Okay. The graphics card, according to this, is simple. Now, this is all the space we get for the graphics card. It's not a ton vertically, but it is a good amount horizontally. I think something like the Titan X Pascal, this old Titan XP, should work absolutely fine. This is a 12 gigabyte GDDR5X card. And it, basically speaking, is just a 1080 Ti with 1 extra gig of VRAM. That's really about it. It's a pretty damn good card. This, you know, you've probably seen this before, and I think it looks absolutely sexy. I think it'll fit this build perfectly, and it's probably an amazing editing GPU, especially with that CUDA acceleration, and even older Pascal encoding shouldn't be absolutely terrible. But that's like the first place it went, right into the fan blade. Which I wanted to put a fan guard on, but I couldn't because it didn't fit. No, we'll have to make it bend the other way. I guess that's in. I guess all that's left to do is side panel it up so we don't just see this monstrosity in the back here and then call it. I mean, that is dent to say the least. I don't even trust these handles. But, to my knowledge, and there's not a lot of it, but to my knowledge, I have properly cable managed, or why would that be the first thing that comes to my mind? To my knowledge, I have properly built this machine. It is ready to go, maybe? You know, they're meant to have like, they're like kind of a blurry plastic, translucent, I guess. They're kind of meant to have like RGB lights behind them. But unfortunately, because of how this case is, RGB wasn't really too much of an option here. Now it's like indented. I hate this so much. Whatever. Fine. If this is the best it can possibly be for this stupid, terrible glass. God, it just looks like a fucking it just looks like it's a box of cables. That's what we get, guys. The back looks a little bit bare, but I guess this extension here is for our radiator support. Don't know what the screen that's gonna do, but even if I did, it's all in Chinese, so I can't read it. I went to the BIOS. Well, the machine functions, but I think, oh no, don't even tell me after all that. Yep, 48 gigs, triple channel. Don't even tell me after all that I was sold a broken pump. It's not gonna accept my boot device, and we've got a broken pump. At least it turns on.